Now, breaking news out of Cobb County. Channel 2 Action News has learned a grand jury has indicted an inmate who shut down the county jail after claiming he may have Ebola. Channel 2's Ross Cabot live in Cobb with the serious charges he's facing.
Well, this shows you that this can be very costly, especially when somebody apparently is not telling the truth. Last Friday, as you recall, they enacted the Ebola protocol for an inmate who claimed he'd been traveling to Africa, came to the United States, got arrested here in Cobb County for DUI, then showed up at the jail with a fever. They rushed him to the hospital, did a day's worth of tests, only to find out he did not have Ebola, and now they have found out that, like what he said, he had never been traveling to Africa. When he was booked at the Cobb jail for DUI, Harry Withers had a fever and spun for the intake nurse a story of recent travels to Africa, including some of the countries hard hit with Ebola. Later in the day, at a hastily called news conference involving some state health leaders, one recounted his travel story.
His visit to Kenya, to Nairobi, and from there he came down to Nigeria, but was only in Nigeria for a day. And as you probably know, Nigeria was one of the areas that had an outbreak of Ebola.
The Ebola virus protocol was activated. An ambulance company specially outfitted a rig and met up with health department experts to transport Withers to Kennestone Hospital, where they had outfitted a special decon room. A day's worth of testing commenced in which Withers was found to be negative for Ebola. Sheriff's officials admitted they had not checked out his story, but have now found that Withers' travel story was all allegedly a hoax. His passport has not been used since 2005. Cobb County grand jury has indicted the Virginia native on 3 felony false statement counts, meaning the man once in for a short stay for DUI will now remain behind bars for the foreseeable future. When I asked questions about whether they were able to check out his story of traveling to Africa, I was told it took some time to verify when his passport had last been used. And again, that came back in 2005. The 3 making false statement counts are all felonies. I just checked. Withers is in the Cobb County jail. He was only being held on a DUI charge, now being held without bond. We are live in Cobb County. Ross Cabot, Channel 2 Action News.
Meanwhile,